Good afternoon, everyone. It's 25 to 6 on Friday, the 6th of August. So the non-farm payroll has come and gone. much better than anybody expected. 943,000 new jobs. But I think the big surprise was the unemployment figure, which really surprised on the downside at 5.4%. And that's in fact caused bond prices to fall and yields up above 1.25 for the first time in a while, and the casualty of that would have seemed to be the gold price. We'll look at that in a moment. Well, the front page of VectorVest US looking better. Short-term trend is up and there's a green light. Underlying trend is up. Confirmed call is still down and will still stay down until the buy-sell ratio gets its nose above 1. This has been rising over the last couple of days. So if I have a look at the shares that I'm holding, maybe start with the S&P. S&P up 7 points on the day. As you can see, the trend is still in great shape. And if we actually zoom in a little bit, you can see the basis of my position here. Nothing much to it. A big up day. I think when I made that video the other day, the market powered off this low. Very strange situation. We had an outside day down, outside day up. That doesn't happen often. And then we had an inside day, and yesterday I couldn't resist just simply buying that high. It was also a break of the first 5 minutes bar as well, and I held it overnight because the risk was so low, and I'm still long of that. I won't hold it over the weekend. There's about 20 open points in it, so this is quite a healthy breakout on the upside. I'm still holding bought into Crocs, and let me show you, I'm quite happy with ANAT. I have been a little weak here. There was more opportunities. Moderna was the big one that got away, but what can you do? That's Crocs, and I brought the stop loss up underneath that low. I've nearly made as much as I've risked now. No, and I think that I'll get the stop to entry probably before the end of the session. That's EVC, and I got stopped out of EVC there, and I bought back into it again, so we shall see what happens. It's now charted this pennant. Maybe I brought my stop loss up to entry too early. That was a mistake, but it's always easy in hindsight. Very pleased with this ANAT. I've held that through thick and thin since about here, and it's going very nicely indeed. See how it's hugging that 20-day moving average or 21-day moving average? Just so important. Textbook spring, and there was lots of others. As I say, Moderna was the one that got away on me, and that would have made my year, but what can one do? So if we look at the UK, and UK market showing a great deal of green, so we've got 3 green lights from yesterday, a black star, which is saying that the trend of the compass is up day over day and week over week, plus momentum is rising as well. Everything is up, and I've in fact bought into Crichtons, just a few. I can only get a few, so it's hardly even worthwhile talking about, to tell you the truth. Lion Trust is moving. This Kanos is moving, and somebody emailed me to tell me that it moved up again today. Bought a few Kape Tech, and I really liked this. I've been looking at it on Monday afternoons for a long time, and finally bought in just here, and I really like this. It moved up, and I think that maybe it's not a classic cup and handle, but nevertheless I see the old cup and the handle here. But it really struck me between the eyes when I saw this volume situation, because on that push up, volume rose, and then on those 2 days of a pullback, volume disappeared, and I felt that was pretty much a sure thing, so I bought into that at at that close, after that close at the open. So we shall see what happens. The vector best valuation is 524, so it would be great to get a nice big one there. I think maybe you can see the cup a little bit more clearly now, and as you can also see, there's resistance, that's support, and as you can see, as this has been rising, good volume along here, so that looks pretty good to me. Halma has been great, Cranswick's going the right way, CCC, ICP seems to be moving a little bit, and Games Workshop, I think sooner or later this is going to break. JD Sports couldn't be better. GB Group, I'm giving it a lot of room, that's for sure. Bellway, I've given back quite a bit, but I'm still in good profits. Pershing Square has done very little, and I think that the two problems are Polymetal and Pan African Resources, because the gold price got pummeled this afternoon after the non-farm payroll report, and I've got the gold market here, and that's what happened this afternoon after the payroll report. And well, that's a daily bar. If we actually put up an early bar, you can see that's just fallen since the payroll report. So this level, if we get our fibs up, we'll see that this is 62% of that, and that level needs to hold for the bullish case. But unfortunately, we could easily have a situation if we look at a bigger picture, and maybe it's easier to see on the weekly chart, but in fact it is definitely easier to see on the weekly chart. From this double bottom down here to that high, that's 62% of that, and unfortunately we could easily have a situation where this gets back to 1690 again and makes a double bottom there, or even worse, comes right down to 1580 to the 78% retracement. So we have to be very careful here. Clearly gold I thought was a sitter, but clearly that is incorrect. So let's see how it looks around these levels, and if this level can hold, then well and good, but the momentum of that move down today, very strong indeed. If I could put up an early chart, and we can see that this has happened in the last couple of hours. As you can see, that I get rid of that. That's the move down since the non-farm payroll report. And so we have to be very careful with those positions. I'm still happy with both Polymetal and Pan African Resources, because Polymetal, for example, in September is going to pay another big dividend, and Pan African Resources is loaded with cash as well and will certainly pay a dividend. But I don't see there's much chance of the share price rising until this gold market bottoms out, and there's certainly no sign of that today. So just watch those positions, folks, and if you have to make tough decisions, well, just get out. Simple as that. We can always get back in again. I haven't got back into Sylvania Platinum as yet, and I haven't got back into Italia Mining as yet. And if we just have a look at those two, SLP and Italia Mining, Sylvania Platinum is back on a sell recommendation, and that's Italia Mining, and my rationale is the same as it was when I last spoke about this, folks. Just give us a bit more space. Took out this level. The chart looks very positive to me, but I want to see it close above that level, and then I'd be interested. And that's SLP, and as you can see, quite a marked trend line down. If I put on the moving averages, we can see that they're all negative. And there was a lot of volumes in these down days, so I think that I would like to see a close above that downsloping trend line before getting involved again. Okay, it's on a sell recommendation, so still too early for both those, in my humble opinion. So don't be a hero, folks. We want to first of all find shares with great growth fundamentals, and you want the market to be moving up as well. Don't be a hero buying shares that are falling. It's a mugs game. So let's just wait for some. I'm going to wait for some confirmation that this has turned. Okay, and when I do so, I shall in fact shout loud and clear. So gold not going the way I wanted it to go. What can one do? Okay, folks, I hope you have a great weekend, and those of you that are VectivS customers, I'll see you on Monday afternoon. Those of you that in fact would like to listen to my session on Monday afternoon, if you just email me, david.paul@vectivs.com, I'll send you a complimentary invite. Thanks very much. Bye bye.